Real Housewives of Atlanta. Mr. Chalaki here. Let's just get straight into it. Hope everybody's doing okay, darling. Let's review slash recap this episode, child. So the first thing we see is Kelly and Shamia. They're meeting up. Kelly is asking Shamia to plan a trip with her for all the ladies to go to Grenada. Of course, that means going out of town to argue and fuss and fight. That's the nature of the show. So they come over and talk, whoop to whoop. There was nothing much to that scene. Britt Edie is planning that event because she has a shapewear line. And now that her insurance company is on hold because of the licensing, because of the whole King and More debacle, she now has time to focus on the shapewear thing. I said, okay, girl. It's very awkward between Britt and her husband. I can't quite put my finger on it. I know a lot of people are saying that he's, a broken wrist. But I don't want to be involved in just accusing somebody of that. Because they love to say that about men, especially black men. It's just the number one rule to offend a black man is to call them a broken wrist. And it's just like, come up with something else. Is there nothing else to say? I guess not. So I'm not going to say that it's that, even though, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a strange dynamic they have. She has an interesting personality, and so does he. So it's just interesting how these two mesh, but they say opposites attract. So I guess, let me see. Shamia, she met up with Big Tigger. She has the radio show with Big Tigger. Don't she? Yeah, I believe so. And I forgot the other lady's name. She was discussing Drew randomly. She brought up back to the old beef of episode 1 with Drew. And I'm like, Shamia, what's going on, sis? Like, it's very strange. You and Portia are back cool. I don't think in real life. But on the show, temporarily, y'all are back cool. And now, somehow we're back beefing with Drew again. So you're picking up Portia's beef with Drew. Portia's even let it go. I just don't know what's really going on at this point. I still do like Shamia a lot. I think she's a good addition to the show. I'm glad that she's finally a housewife. But I can tell with some of the ladies, the storylines... in the words of Keke Palmer talking to Law Roach, have ran stale. I think they're running stale, some of the storylines. And so the ladies are just randomly picking up beefs. They're picking up beefs, and it just don't make any sense. I think they had a lot to talk about at the beginning, but now it's kind of, people have made up or just let it go. And so now it's just like, well, what do we talk about now for these last few episodes of the season before the reunion? So I don't know. The girls are getting bored. I can tell. Let me see. Shouts out to Drew Sidora. She signed her contract. Her recording deal. Dennis was on the phone. She talked to Dennis about him accusing her of wanting the hot dog. But he said that, no, you shouldn't even listen to nothing like that. Like I said in my last review, Dennis is playing both Portia and Shamia, Portia and Drew against each other. A lot of men do that. And instead of the women coming down and getting on him and saying, screw him, and y'all go out to eat and become sisters, it's just still a constant, not all the time, but it's still a constant of the women going back and forth when the problem is that man that put y'all in this position. But whatever. We'll see where it comes from. I don't think much comes from it. At the end of the day, he's Portia's baby daddy. So Portia, that's really Portia's problem that she has to deal with him. But Drew still works with Dennis. I wouldn't, because of just the situation. It's going to forever be something. Because Dennis, Mr. Potato Head, is just messy. So I would find another producer. But I don't know how Drew's funds is looking because Ralph tried to take all of them, bless her heart. So maybe Dennis is cheap. Hell, let me hit up Dennis to go record a song to make some beats. Hell. So anyway, shouts out to my girl Erica. She's amazing. fellow YouTuber. She reviews Real Housewives of Atlanta as well, and Married to Medicine and all the things. She's amazing. So let me see. Let me pick up my notes, child. I'm tired of looking down. My neck hurt. Angela and Charles in these properties, they have 7 properties, and they haven't sold not one of them. I don't understand why she or Charles or both of them, who's ever more involved with the real estate thing that they're in. I don't know why they just didn't do one house at a time instead of doing 7 houses. I know why, because they're greedy for money. That's why. And bills got to get paid. And I'm not saying they are, but some people live beyond their means, way beyond their means, and they think that things are going to work out in their favor. But that's just not how life is set up. You have to think, you have to plan smartly. Just because you see the value in something, and it's really difficult to make other people see that sometimes. And so you just need to always set yourself up for at least come in, at least come back with what you put in. At least get back what you put in, is what I'm trying to say. But I think that they've overdone it. And yeah, they keep having to mark the price down because nobody's paying that for child. Anybody got no money like that no more. So the properties keep going down, and like I said, she's in the $2 million debt. I just couldn't imagine. Child, I'm in debt, child. Government out of me. And I said it right. Government out of me. And so, yeah, child, I got to pray every day. I got to hit the government up and out. Anyway, so Angela, I don't know what's going on, girl. Let me see what else is going on. Portia and Lauren and Miss Diane, they out looking for places. Portia explained to Lauren and Diane that her and Shamia are cool for now. Diane didn't say nothing, so you know. Listen, your mamas is always gonna have your back, no matter what you do. I get it. But you could tell it's something with Miss Diane and Mama Morton, Miss Sarah Morton, Shamia's mama. It's something, and because of that, she don't really like Shamia, I think, which is unfortunate. But it's in my own family how the adults can't get along, so I'm gonna not be around or not like or mistreat or not invite the child to stuff, which is such a shame. But I see it every day. People hold on to grudges for 30, 40, 50, 62 years. I refuse. Child, please. So we get to Brittany's event. Kelly and Shamia arrive early. She told the ladies to dress in derby like wear, so it was big hats and high heels and tight little fitted dresses, business suits, etc. kind of look, almost churchy, I guess would be another way to say it. Easter Sunday looks. But she had them golfing. Who wears heels on a golf course? Those people take time to make that grass a perfect way so that you can golf and be in proper shoes on, and they're just digging, messing up the ground for somebody to come along and redo it because they're putting holes all in the ground and kicking up dirt like beavers and groundhogs. It was just crazy. I don't know what Britt was doing. Britt is a beautiful girl, but I just don't think she got it like she claims she do. Me and Britt probably got the same income. So I just don't. It was a setup. Apparently she hired some people that wasn't equipped or didn't get her vision, or she didn't pay them properly or something. But whoever the people was, they didn't care. And they just did Brittany event any kind of way. Don't you know Britt had it set up? It was a bunch of other people there outside of the cast. Don't you know Britt had it set up to only feed the cast and their husbands? So all these people that came to your event couldn't even get a plate of food. But she had enough liquor. She had enough drinks and alcohol, but couldn't get no food. I don't like those kind of events. I've been to events like that where all they have is liquor and beer, or mainly just beer, because liquor's higher. So they mainly just have a bunch of beer. I don't drink beer. They got me burping like some damn man. I drink liquor. I said, well, what's going on? I don't like those kind of events. I'm not being anywhere where I can't eat. And if that's the case, let me know ahead of time. And we ain't got much food, or the food is already gone, or the food late. Just hit me some kind of text to let me know something ahead of time so that I can pick up some Popeyes on the way there. Or I can order something, eat in peace at home, and then head to your house with a full stomach and ready to drink and party. That's how you do that. Don't invite nobody nowhere you ain't feeding them. And it's hot outside, and they say the air wasn't even working. What is going on for eating? I didn't like that. I felt like that was disrespectful. All them people watching y'all eat, but they can't eat. That's crazy. That's insane. Brit ED, we beefing for the rest of the season, me and you, just because of that. So, Kelly and Drew, they got issues. Kelly feels like Drew is a liar. Yeah, I mean, am I black? What else is new? Yeah. Okay, and so what else is going on? In the words of Cynthia, what else we talking about? And so apparently they got into it at Angela's house. Angela had an event for her son, and I really don't care, girl. Do y'all? And then Shamia jumped in, and Shamia's reigniting this issue with Drew. And Drew's over it, child. Ralph trying to take everything, including the kitchen sink, from her. Drew ain't got time. This is the first season where I can say that I'm fully in support of Drew. And I'm fully on her side, and I fully feel bad for her. This is the very first season. Because in the past, I felt like both Drew and Ralph was actors. Fully. And there's still a part of me that's like, but most of my foot is in. But there's a little bit part of my pinky toe still sticking out that this is all, or some of it is a little extra, a little fabricated for the cameras. But I mostly believe everything that's going on with Drew and Ralph. Ralph is quite handsome and a hot mess. And it's just interesting that Drew got it together fashion-wise, makeup-wise, hair-wise. Drew is stunning, and Drew is doing it. And unfortunately, she's going through all this stuff. Drew is a true testament of you don't have to look like what you're going through, because she looks great. Phaedra. Shady Faye is back where she belongs, where she is the happiest. She didn't fit in with the medical girls. They ran her out of that part of Atlanta, so now she back over here with the peaches. She addressed briefly the whole Candy fallout situation. I feel like Bravo, whoever, all the parties that was involved, we missed the opportunity between the Candy and Phaedra sit down. That would have gave huge ratings to the show. It would have been explosive. But we never got that. Candy is off doing big things, and Phaedra's back on the show. So, yeah. Overall, I enjoy Phaedra. I think she's funny. I enjoy her. But I do feel like Phaedra should have came on fresh next season as a full-time housewife. There's only maybe 6 to 8 episodes left or less in this season. So her coming back now is like for what? But I guess we needed a little shakeup because the storylines is starting to dwindle, I still think that this cast should be the cast for next season. I don't want anybody new. I don't have time. I think that this cast of ladies should remain. So everybody that's here should come back next season for sure. I've always believed, whether I like them or not, I've always believed that every single housewife deserves a second season to prove themselves. Everything is brand new and you just starry-eyed your first season. You're trying to adjust. It's a lot. So your second season, that's when you should be a little bit more comfortable and fully get to showcase who you are. But Phaedra's a vet, and a lot of these ladies are veterans when it comes to this show. So Phaedra was throwing her shade. She called Kelly a garden gnome. I screamed. She said that Britt was a woman about town, a woman of the city. I screamed again. Britt, when it comes to your look, when it comes to your fashions, when it comes to your reputation, when it comes to your businesses, the shapewear line, when it comes to everything about you is leaning towards Kenya was right. That you know, was that kind of girl back in the day. I know you're a saved woman now and God is in your life and that's great. But they say that back in the day you was hell. You was hell, sis. So I don't know if that's true or not. But we're gonna see. Y'all want Kenya Moore back on the show? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it will look like. We need to have a discussion. They do the black girls any kind of way on Bravo. They really do. They always have. So I just don't know. But you always have some that's still willing to take whatever. Just to have that fame and just to have a little check. The check that you put down, somebody else is willing to pick up. So, I don't know. Let me see. I think that was it. Phaedra also said that didn't nobody know that Charles Oakley was married. So is Charles Oakley out here with that gray hair in the streets? It's a risky business getting into a relationship with an athlete. Because, child, please, it's kind of a setup. Heartache and pain. This is my goddaughter. And I'm just trying to protect her heart. Come on, Ron Ives and Kelly Price. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google+. Follow me at SKingsMore on Instagram and Twitter. At SKingsMore89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. No, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, TikTok, all the things. Child, I can't even. Stay black, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later, my darlings. Bye.